Hello dear students, myself CMA Padmaja Buzruk. I will be concluding the topic joint venture accounts. Joint venture business on consignment principle. Co-venturers may decide to appoint an agent for selling goods on their behalf on consignment basis. He allowed expenses and commission on sales. That is, agent is allowed commission on sales. Agent would remit the cash to co-venturers. In such case, in addition to joint venture account and co-venturers account, a separate account is maintained for the agent as well. Consignee's account you are supposed to prepare here as well. He is agent consignee. The agent's account is debited with sale proceeds received by him and credited with expenses incurred and commission payable to him. Hence, additional entries are goods sold by agent account debit to joint venture account. Just remember this joint venture account is to be credited with all the sales and it is to be debited with all expenses. Whoever has incurred it and whoever has received sales proceeds. Expenses and commission entitled to agent, joint venture debit to agent, payment received from agent, bank account debit to agent's account, cash paid by agent to co-venturer, co-venturer account debit to agent's account. These are the additional entries you are supposed to pass. Now we'll go to illustration 24. Sahani and Sahu entered into a joint venture to sell 800 bags of food grains. The business risks are to be shared in the ratio 3:2 between them. Sahani supplied 400 bags at 800 per bag and paid freight 800 and insurance freight 8000 and insurance 2000. Sahani has supplied 400 bags at 800 per bag and Sahani's expenses are freight 8000, insurance 2000. Sahu sent 400 bags at 1000 per bag. He paid 2500 as freight, insurance 8000 and sundry expenses 500. Total they have entered into joint venture for sale of 800 bags of food grains. Out of these 800 bags, 400 are supplied by Sahani, 400 are supplied by Sahu, plus both of them have incurred some expenses. Sahani paid 50,000 as advance to Sahu. Sahani has paid in the books of Sahani, Sahu to bank. In the books of Sahu, bank to Sahani. They appointed Sandeep as agent for sale of grains. Sandeep sold all bags at 1200 per bag. All bags. How many bags are there? 800 bags are sold by Sandeep at 1200 per bag. He deducted 21,000 as his expenses and commission of 5% on sales. Sandeep's expenses are 21,000 and his commission is 5% on sale. He remitted 6 lakhs by check to Sahani. He sold all these goods. He is entitled to commission as well as his expenses. He remitted 6 lakhs to Sahani and whatever is the remaining balance, he submitted it to Sahu by way of bill of exchange. The co-venturers settled their accounts. Prepare joint venture account, Sahu account, Sandeep account in the books of Sahani. Co-venturers settle their account, so this account will get closed by transferring it to bank account. In the books of Sahani, joint venture account, Sahu's account, co-venturer, Sandeep's account who is agent. In the books of Sahani, joint venture account debit to goods, food grains. Goods supplied by Sahani, 3,20,000. Joint venture to bank. Expenses of Sahani. Joint venture to Sahu. Goods supplied by Sahu. Joint venture to Sahu. Expenses of Sahu. Joint venture to Sandeep. He is agent. Expenses of Sandeep. Joint venture to Sandeep. Commission due to Sandeep. Sandeep to joint venture. Sandeep only has sold all 800 bags at 1200 per bag. Sandeep to joint venture sales 9 lakhs 60,000. In the books of Sahani you are doing, Sahani's share of profit will go to profit and loss account and Sahu's share will be written as 2 Sahu, 3/5 and 2/5. This is the second method where separate books of accounts are not maintained. In the books of Sahani, joint venture account debit to goods, goods supplied by Sahani, joint venture to bank, Sahani's expenses, joint venture to Sahu, 4 lakhs, Sahu has supplied goods, Sahu's account by joint venture 4 lakhs. Joint venture to Sahu 11,000, his expenses. Sahu's account by joint venture 11,000, his expenses. To Sahu 60,000, share of Sahu in profit. In Sahu's account by joint venture 60,000. Now Sahani has paid to Sahu 50,000 as advance. So Sahani has paid Sahu account debit to bank 50,000. Now joint venture account debit to Sandeep, Sandeep's expenses, Sandeep's account by joint venture 21,000. Joint venture to Sandeep 48,000 is commission, commission 5% of sales, sales value is 9,60,000. Joint venture to Sandeep 48,000. In Sandeep's account by joint venture 48,000. Then Sandeep account debit to joint venture 9,60,000. These are sales made by Sandeep. Now Sandeep has remitted 6 lakhs rupees to Sahani. Sahani has received, so he will pass entry bank account debit to Sandeep's account. So in Sandeep's account by bank 6 lakhs. And balance he has remitted to Sahu by way of bill. See, he has received 9,60,000. Sandeep has received 9,60,000 by selling the goods. From that, he will deduct his expenses, his commission. He has sent 6 lakhs. Remaining figure is 2,91,000, which is he will settle by bill of exchange and this bill to Sahu. So by bill 2,91,000. Sahu's account to Sandeep 2,91,000. In the books of Sahani, how we will pass the entries of this particular bill? Sahu's account debit to Sandeep's account 2,91,000. Bank, they have settled the account, so this balancing figure will go to bank. Otherwise, we could have written it as balance carried down. To bank 1,30,000. Now, in the books of Sahu, also you can prepare joint venture account, Sandeep account as well as Sahani's account. And check in the books of Sahu, in Sahani's account you are getting balancing figure final balance as 1,30,000 but on the opposite side. In the books of Sahu joint venture account, here you will have to write it as to Sahani, then to goods, to bank, to Sandeep, to Sandeep, to Sahani, to profit and loss account by Sandeep. Then do Sandeep's account in the books of Sahu and Sahani's account in the books of Sahu and check this balancing figure. You should get the same balance 1,30,000 on the credit side. Conversion of consignment into joint venture. A variation could be that an ongoing consignment arrangement may get converted into joint venture arrangement. In such case, normal accounting for consignment business is done till the conversion. Upon conversion, the balance stock on consignment is transferred to joint venture account and from that day onwards, accounting is done on the basis of principles followed for joint venture. So if consignment gets converted into joint venture, till the date of conversion, you are supposed to follow the principles of consignment accounting, and from the date of conversion, follow the principles of joint venture accounting. We'll see one illustration. Illustration 25. Daga of Calcutta sent to Lodha of Kanpur goods costing 40,000 on consignment at a commission of 5% on gross sales. Daga is consignor, Lodha is consignee. 40,000 goods he has sent on consignment. Consignment account debit to goods sent on consignment 40,000. 5% is commission on sales. The packaging and forwarding charges incurred by consignor amounted to 4,000. Consignment to bank. Consignee paid freight and carriage 1,000 at Kanpur. Consignment to consignee 1,000. Freight and carriage is non-recurring in nature. 3/4 of the goods were sold for 48,000. Sale 48,000. How the value of sale is to be recorded? Consignee account debit to consignment account. 3/4 sold, so 1/4 are in stock. Then the consignee remitted the amount due from him to the consignor along with account sale. Consignee remitted the amount due to him to the consignor. The balance is closed by transferring it to bank. But he desired to return the goods still lying unsold with him, as he was not agreeable to continue the arrangement of consignment. He was then persuaded to continue on joint venture basis, sharing profit or loss as Daga 3/5 and Lodha 2/5. Consignee wanted to discontinue with the consignment business. He wanted to return the stock, but consignor persuaded him to continue business on joint venture basis, sharing the profit in the ratio 3:2. Daga then supplied another lot of 20,000, another lot of 20,000. Whatever he has sent on consignment basis, some of that was laying with him as a closing stock. That plus this another lot, 20,000. Lodha sold out all the goods in his hands for 50,000. All the goods were sold by Lodha. Daga paid expenses 2,000 and Lodha's expenses 1,700 for second lot of goods. Show necessary ledger account in the books of both parties. No final settlement of balance due is yet made. No final settlement of balance, so balance is to be carried down. In the books of Daga, consignment to Lodha account and Lodha account, this we'll see first. Consignment account debit to goods sent on consignment account 40,000. To bank, expenses of consignor. To Lodha's account, freight and carriage 1,000 non-recurring in nature. To Lodha's account, commission 5% of 48,000, 2,400. Lodha has made sales. So Lodha's account debit to consignment account, to consignment sales 48,000. Lodha's expenses and commission, consignment to Lodha 1,000 and 2,400. Lodha's account by consignment 1,000, by consignment 2,400. He settled this account. So Lodha's account is closed by transferring it to cash or bank. Now closing stock. By joint venture with Lodha account, stock transferred on conversion to joint venture. This is closing stock, stock on consignment. But they have converted this consignment into joint venture. So they have transferred this stock to joint venture with Lodha account. Now this closing stock valuation, how it is to be done? Cost of goods sent 40,000 plus consignor's expenses 4,000 plus consignee's non-recurring expenses 1,000. Total is 45,000. 1/4 of 45,000, 11,250. Why 1/4? 3/4 goods are sold, so 1/4 is in stock. Balance will get transferred to profit and loss account. Now consignor will prepare consignment account and consignee's account, but consignee will prepare only consignor's account. Now in the books of Lodha, if you prepare Daga's account, it will be mirror image, exactly opposite of this. I will show you that. Books of Lodha, Daga's account, consignor's account, buy bank, sales 48,000, to cash for expenses 1,000, to commission 2,400, to bank remittance 44,600. Now see this working note, memorandum joint venture account. We have closed consignment account. We have found out closing stock, which is 11,250. Now to Daga 11,250, consignment closing stock. To Daga, goods sent by Daga, another lot 20,000. To Daga, Daga's expenses 2,000. To Lodha, Lodha's expenses 1,700. All goods were sold by Lodha. By Lodha 50,000. Profit, Daga's share and Lodha's share 3:2. Now in the books of Daga, joint venture with Lodha account, from memorandum joint venture account, in the books of Daga, pick only Daga's transactions, debit 11,250, 20,000, 2,000 and profit 9,030. 4 debits. 11,250, 20,000, 2,000, 9,030. Credit, memorandum joint venture account, no credit against Daga. Buy balance carried down. Why buy balance carried down? Because they have not yet settled their accounts. 42,280. In the books of Lodha, joint venture with Daga account. In the books of Lodha, pick only transactions of Lodha. Debit 1,700 and profit 6,020. 1,700 to profit and loss 6,020. Credit, by Lodha 50,000, by bank 50,000. Balancing figure is 42,280. They have not settled the accounts. In the books of Lodha, joint venture with Daga account, to balance carried down 42,280. In the books of Daga, joint venture with Lodha account, by balance carried down 42,280. Same balance you should get. Joint venture running for more than one accounting period. Joint venture running for more than one accounting period. If a joint venture runs for more than one accounting period, it possesses a special problem of calculation of closing stock. Mostly what we have seen, joint venture is a temporary business. It is only for a short period of time, but supposing if it runs for more than one accounting period, then there will be a problem of calculation of closing stock. The stock should be valued on the basis of basic cost plus proportionate non-recurring expenses, and it should be shown in the memorandum joint venture account on the credit side at the end of the year and on the debit side of the memorandum joint venture account of the next year. Value of closing stock is to be calculated as cost plus proportionate non-recurring expenses, and it is to be credited to memorandum joint venture account at the end of the year. Next year it is to be debited. The other account should be made in the usual manner. However, if the co-venturers are interested in an interim settlement at the end of first year, they should bring in their proportionate share in the value of closing stock in their respective joint venture with co-venturer account and finally settle their accounts. But if the co-venturers want to settle the account interim settlement of the account at the end of first year, then whatever is the value of closing stock, in their profit sharing ratio, find out their proportionate share, and it is to be shown in their respective joint venture with co-venturers account, and finally settle their account. The share of stock should be carried forward and shown on the debit side of joint venture with co-venturers account. Against each supposing if there are two co-venturers A and B, find out the value of closing stock, distribute it in their profit sharing ratio, and write it against their name, and the same will be picked from memorandum joint venture to joint venture with co-venturers account. Thank you.